Here we go, the fights are set up now after Asta and everyone else. I'm talking about Gash, Ragnar, Luck, after all the lads decided to fuck things up. It was like, yeah, we've got even more of a problem now dealing with these like high class, like warrior, like temple knights that they're being known as in Black Clover. Can we just say how much I was pissing myself at the start when you got fucking like Yami says like, yeah, let's bet on this shit. I love that this is all just going around there. And then even if he was like, no, the other three though, they're strong. It's like, trust me, it's like, you know, it's like now 5-9. Like you already just lost like near half the team already just through these guys just going in and fucking them up and just Yami getting drunk and loving it. And it's just like, yeah, the remaining like, you know, the other 5 I've got, especially the 3 greater knights. And from what it's sounding like, from like, honestly, this is the one like bit that kind of stuck out of the chapter for me, was like fucking Finra. I was like, really, man? Like, he's there, and even Yami is calling him out. And remember, the old man said, like, you know, like, oh, if it's really boring and all that, I'm gonna add some interference in there. I'm gonna use my gamer magic and all that to get in there. And it's like, you keep fucking running away like a fucking coward. And I'm like, I mean, I know it's supposed to be comic relief, really, but it's like, it makes him just more look like the scumbag that he is, actually. Like, it seems bad that that's all you're useful for. Like, oh, I can just teleport and that's it. I can just run away. And just when fucking Yami looks like he's gonna get pissed off, he's like, yo, old man cheating and shit. And he's like, no, that's actually fucking hilarious. I really bring this one out as a big monster with like claws and metal and shit. It's like a giant evil shark and with claws. I was like, oh, okay, like, whose side are you on, Yami? Are you really? And then kind of like with Yami, like, she's there just fucking eating away. She's like, this ecosystem, mine. I'm gonna eat this shit. And the second that you see the dolphin chick out of all of them, it was like, okay, you know exactly who that is when you hear Song Magic Mother Lullaby. And I'm like, okay, alright, you know, immediately, like, I'm taking out, like, her immediately. Just like that, just putting her to sleep and saying, yeah, that's no good. And it's like, yeah, she ain't getting no food for a week though. Yami's pissed. It's like, that's our first member to go down. And whilst you got that, you have Asta beating the shit out of all these monsters. He's like, where's the next foe? Let me go. And I'm not gonna lie, this like the swordfish guy, like, I'm pretty sure that was a cool entrance where he was like, the old man and like, he didn't need to attack us too, or is it to make it a fair fight? And it was like him slaughtered a bunch of monsters, and I was like, okay, this is a kind of cool fight, because one, he's got dual blades as well, so it's like 2 swordsmen against each other, and it's like, he's doing this really sick like dance kind of technique with his blades, so it was like, I wouldn't mind if like Asta, like, especially, like, since he's just known for like going around just swinging them, this might be another perfect chance for him to learn something. Maybe he might actually learn his style. I'm not expecting Asta to dance around like from that, but it's like, especially from we saw them, and especially saying like with I believe his name was like Kiat. Like, it was like, yeah, my dream is to become like a dancer that everyone in the kingdom longs to see. Although the problem is, we're allowed to go to the shores of the kingdom, we aren't allowed into the kingdom. But if I fight this with my grandpa, you know, he'll be able to let us through. And that's like kind of interesting. So like, from what it looks like, he looks especially a lot like Kahano. So it's like, oh, that's kind of cool. And it was like Asta was sharing his dreams. He's like, yo, I'm gonna defeat you for the sake of my dreams. That's what I gotta do. And he's like, yo, let's fight it out with like man to man. Let's, for the sake of our dreams. And then we get the other serious fight. So I'm guessing like with Kiat, he's one of these like 3 that is like really strong. And then we get into the reveal of the dolphin chick, which turns out to be Kahano. Like, and I was like, okay, I wasn't like, she was going to be involved in this arc some way, like ever since we like knew something from her. So from what it sounds like especially how the 2 look, like I'm guessing they're brother and sister, and that their grandfather, that's who the high priest is. And it's like, okay, I'm wondering to see like how Noelle's gonna deal with like the melody magic with all the singing and stuff. Like, I mean, and it's kind of interesting. Like, you just got taught by this chick, so it's like, it's gonna be interesting, and it'll be a really cool thing for like Noelle to finally like take out an opponent on her own and see like what's going to else. And then if that leaves us, we've got one more person to take that down. And I feel like, okay, we get Gao, Shiraga, like we get Luck, all of them like going to town with this 3rd one. That's what you want to do if you want to get like these elites coming into it. And I was like, oh, but so far, like, like, it wasn't like this big, impressive chapter, like, oh my god, heartbeat stolen, like, you know, crazy shit. But it was a nice one. I felt the comedy was more better than the actual action and the story stuff in there. Like, especially Yami dicking around, betting and shit like that. I was fucking pissed at myself like that. I was like, what? Like, why is this the best? Like, why is he the best character? Like, so much. He's absolutely hilarious. And just like the high and low hint of, like, you know, Asta, like you still got a far way to go, but that'd be pretty cool if he actually got a fighting style. Like, I would really like that. I know Asta's like just like the big raw powerhouse, like able to absorb techniques, but it's like if he would actually refine like the techniques a bit more, I feel like that would be kind of cool. Where he'd be like, he could use like his technique, like his heavy sword. Like, you know, I've been playing Dark Souls 3. I've seen how people use like big mace in one hand, sword in the other. I mean, the style that I use, I have a fucking, like, giant greatsword in one hand, where I've been building my strength up to nothing, and then I've also, as well, got a staff, so I'm like a battle mage, so I can be fighting with the staff, putting magic on you, but, like, for long range, and then if anyone wants to come up to me, I can just pull, like, I've got the sword on my back as well, so it's like, you want something like that. That's kind of what I'm looking for in there, although I'm always a dual wielder fan, and I thought I would be coming out of that like, alright, I'll be Asta, dual wielder, let's go, big swords like that. But it's like, no, fuck it, like, this is what I want to do, and like, that's kind of all I like about this chapter. Like, you know, let's fucking go, let's go into it, let's get some fucking action. And I think it was a fine chapter. I think it was a 6, like, I think it was a 6.5. Wasn't this big, amazing, we knew, like, Kahano was going to be in, like, involved in some way, and we kind of know with Kiat, since it's like, definitely both of them seem to have like a musical theme, like dancing and singing. Like, that's the kind of thing. It's like, oh, if they combine each other together, you know, they'll be the unstoppable kind of duo. I think that's what they're kind of going for with them. So, and basically it's just that, and they have like the same kind of character design as well, like especially in the face. So I think that's kind of confirmation that, yeah, they are family. Kind of curious about this third one though, like, and also as well, that does, like, we ain't scratching off, we still got, like, even with these elites as well, like we got in there, we got this missing one that we still need to know about who's fighting that. And then we got the other two, which I feel like, you know, like, I figure if he takes them out in the jokey way, like, that would be kind of cool, but we'll have to see what else is going to happen. But, you know, solid chapter. I have nothing else to say apart from I loved it. Like, it was, like, it's same as, like, Clover. It's like, it's not the most exciting chapter, but I got my chuckles. I got my chuckles and my cool little stuff here and there so I felt like I got my, like, my worth with, like, Clover, and it's just, like, getting even closer and closer. It's like, I believe it's now a month now exact that the next the volume of Black Clover is going to be coming out of here in English, and it's like, oh, give me, I'm rubbing my palms with that shit. It's like, I can't wait to have that on the shelf. Like, oh, I love Clover so much. But it's like, that's all for me. So everyone, like, thank you very much for watching, everyone. If you love Clover as much as I do, you know what I like. You know, #1 Clover fan here. You know, it's like spreading the power, spreading the word on that stuff, and it always makes me smile when I hear new people, especially in the comments, like getting into the series that brightens my day, and it's like, yeah, this is cool, really enjoying it. But that's all for me, so I'll see you guys next time.